Very good morning. Today we are going to start section formula. The next topic, the next exercise 13b, where we are going to start the section formula for 3D, right? So, how do we calculate the section formula? Suppose you have a line segment. You have a line segment joining the 2 points A and B. Clear? And then the coordinate of this point A is, suppose, x1, y1, z1. This is the coordinate of A, and then likewise the coordinate of B is x2, y2 and z2. Clear? This is any line segment AB, right? And it is going to be divided by a third point C in some ratio, right? Let that ratio be m is to n. Clear? Then the coordinate of x will be C will be x, y and z. So this is the condition, this is the situation that you have a line joining the 2 points whose coordinates are given, the coordinate of A and B are given, and then this line AB is divided by a third point C in the ratio m is to n. So the question is, how can we find the coordinate for C? Clear? That means how to find the value of x, y and z. So this formula is important for us to know. So the formula by which we will find out the values of x, y and z, the coordinate of C is x will be equal to, clear, what we do is mx2 plus nx1. Clear? See the motion, mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. So using this formula, we can find the x coordinate for C. Same way you have calculated the section formula in class 11 also, using exactly the same formula, right? The difference between the 2D and 3D is, in 2D you had only the 2 coordinates, so you calculated only the value of x and y. Now this is 3D, so you will be calculating the value of all the 3 coordinates x, y and z. Is it okay? So now likewise we will calculate the formula for y. Simply x2 and x1 you can replace by y2, y1. So my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n, right? And then lastly z. Z is mz2 plus nz1 divided by m plus n, and this is the formula, this is the final formula for finding the value of coordinate of C, that is the value of x, y and z. So using this formula we will be able to calculate the coordinate of point C. Now in this exercise we will have variety of quotient, right? Variety of quotient means this formula we have derived for calculating the coordinate of C, clear? But this formula is not only meant for calculating the value of C, sometimes the ratio can be missing, sometimes this coordinate can be missing, sometimes this coordinate can be missing. So if any of the 3 coordinate or the ratio is missing from the same formula, we can calculate. So we will see all the variety of quotients and then we will understand the topic. Okay, so we will move on to question number 1. Thank you. Find the coordinate of the point which divides the join of so and so in the ratio 3:4 internally. Right? So let us draw the line. There are 2 points, this point and then this point, and then this is the line which joins the 2 points, right? Name the first point as A and another point as B, because in most of the questions the name of the points are not given. So for our own convenience we always name the points. Now the coordinate of point A is 2, -1 and 3. Clear? And the coordinate of B is 4, 3 and 1. Clear? Now this point, this line is going to be divided by a third point in the ratio 3:4. So this is the C point, this is the point C which is dividing the join of AB in the ratio 3:4. So this is 3 part and this is 4 part. Clear? Now the question is, find the coordinate of the points. So therefore we have to calculate the coordinate of C. So we can assume the coordinate of C as x, y and z. This is a very direct question. Very easily we can calculate. So let us start calculating the values of the coordinate of point C. So first of all, we'll start with x, x. Now the formula you have already seen. You can have that formula in your formula notebook and then we can use it. So mx2. So that means 3 into 4 plus 4 into 2. 4 into 2. Right? 3 into 4 plus 4 into 2 divided by the ratio, sum of the ratio, 3 plus 4, m plus n. So 3 plus 4 is equal to 3 4s are 12 plus 4 2s are 8 divided by 7. This is equal to 20 over 7. And now this is your answer. This is the final answer because it is in the lowest form. It cannot be reduced anymore. Now likewise we will calculate the value of y. So just you can replace this x by y. So 3 into 3. 3 into 3 plus 4 into minus 1. 4 into minus 1 divided by 3 plus 4 is equal to 3 3s are 9 minus 4 1s are 4. When you are operating, when you are simplifying, please take extra care of your sign. So this is minus 4 divided by 7, and therefore 9 minus 4 is 5 over 7, and this also is in the reduced form, in the lowest form, so it cannot be simplified anymore. Answer. Now z. Now 3 into 1. 3 into 1 plus 4 into 3. 4 into 3 divided by 3 plus 4 is equal to 3 1s are 3 plus 4 3s are 12 divided by 7. So this is 15 over 7. Clear? All the three values are calculated. So these are the three required coordinates. Therefore, required coordinates of point C. What? X value 20 over 7, y value 5 over 7, and z value 15 over 7. Clear? So this become your answer. This is about question number 1. Now after question number 1, question number 2 will be your assignment, because question number 2 is exactly same as question number 1. So after understanding this question, you will do question number 2 as your assignment. Pause the video and write down the question. Thank you. Let us take question number 3. Question number 3. Look at the board. Question number 3. Find the ratio. Okay. Now this is the question where we are going to calculate the ratio. Right? That means the join of the 2 point is divided by a third point. Clear? So the question is to find the ratio. Clear? So what the question says is, find the ratio in which the line joining the points so and so is divided by YZ plane. YZ plane. Okay, let us see now. So these are the 2 points. These are 2 points. And then join it. Clear? Let us write the coordinate of A and the coordinate of B. The coordinate of A is 2 4 5. 2 4 and 5. And the coordinate of B is 3 5 negative 4. Clear? And now this line is going to be divided by YZ plane. Is divided by YZ plane. YZ plane. This is a plane, right? This is a YZ plane. This is YZ plane. YZ plane. Now look at the situation. The question is very interesting. Question is very simple. In the previous question, you have seen that the join of AB was divided in some ratio by a point, isn't it? This time, the difference is that the join of AB is divided in some ratio by a plane. So the point is replaced by a plane. So this is the difference between question number 1, 2 and question number 3. So there is no difference. If you understand the question, then there is no difference between the plane and then the point. Okay. If we understand the meaning of plane, then we can use it as point only. Is it alright? So see how we can do. The question is to find out the ratio. The question is to find the ratio. So whenever you have the question to find out the ratio, we will assume the ratio as something 1 is to k or k is to 1. It depends like how you want to do. Order does not matter, but you can take any one of this order. So I will say let the ratio be 1 is to k. So this is the ratio which I have assumed that the join of AB is divided. The ratio in which the join of AB is divided by YZ plane is 1 is to k. That is 1 is to k. Isn't it? So the question is not to find the coordinate of C. This is the point C. This is the point of intersection. Is C. Am I very clear? So the question is not to find the coordinate of C. Isn't it? The question is to find the ratio. Is it okay? Now see the technique. When you have calculated in the previous question, you might have seen that when you calculated the coordinate of C, you calculated the value for X, then value of Y and the value of Z. 3 things you have calculated, isn't it? But here when you have this ratio, you can just use one of the formula. Out of the 3 formula for finding the value of X, Y and Z, you have to select one of the formula. Only one formula can sort out your difficulty. Are you getting me? So now how you will know that which formula I need to use? Which formula I need to use? So the technique is very simple. See the name of the plane. Right? And in the name of the plane, what is missing is very important. In the name of the plane, the missing part is X. That means I will use X coordinate. You know why? Because this is plane, and that the quantity which is missing will be definitely 0. From the 2D, you have understood on the coordinate, on x-axis, the value of y is 0, and on y-axis, x is also always 0. This already we know. And same thing we can apply in the plane also. So if the plane is yz, then your x part will be 0. This I also told you in the previous video. YZ plane, then which part will be 0? The missing part will be 0. And the missing part here is x. So therefore x value will be 0. So that means if I take that formula for x, I will be able to calculate my ratio. Just by using the x formula, I can calculate the value of k. So let us do that, because we know that k will be 0, right? Y and z will have some value. So x will be 0, y will have some value, and z also will have some value. So I wrote the coordinate of C, but then I am not going to use the 2 of them. I will only use the formula for this x because it is 0. Alright, so just use the x formula. The x formula was x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. Am I right or not? Now let us see this. We are going to use the x formula. So this is my m and this is my n. So mx2 plus nx1. Clear? And that value will be, and this value is x, and this x is equal to 0. So for this x we will put 0. Clear? And for the remaining we have to use this. Now start. What we can do is, I will write this on the left hand side. So mx2, that means 1 into 3. 1 into 3 plus k into 2. That is 2k divided by 1 plus k. 1 plus k is equal to x, and your x is equal to how much? 0. Now let us simplify. First of all, we will simplify this, and same time we will do the cross multiplication. So when this is taken to right hand side, this multiplying by 0 will become 0. So this implies this is 1 into 3, 3 plus 2k is 2k is equal to 1 plus k into 0 is a 0. Now from here we will calculate the value of k. So this implies your 2k will be equal to 3 will go to that side, will become negative minus 3, right? And this implies your k will become equal to negative 3 over 2. See here, you got the value of k, no? Now we will put this here in this part. This is not the final answer, okay? You have just calculated the value of k. Now when you put this in the assumed ratio and simplify, you will get the final ratio. So I am now going to insert this value in the solution. So therefore, required ratio is equal to 1 is to k. 1 is to k, and k is negative 3 over 2. In this ratio, this second part, which is called as consequent. In the ratio, the first part is called as antecedent. In the ratio, the first part is called as antecedent. Second part is called as consequent. Clear? Consequent is fraction. Sometimes antecedent will be fraction, sometimes consequent can be fraction. So if any one of these two is fraction, we will then take this as the division sign and we will change this division into multiplication. When you change this division into multiplication, this number will go upside down, and therefore it is coming as 1 into negative 2 over 3. Clear? Now simplify. You can multiply this 1 by negative 2. So it will remain as it is only. So finally your answer is coming minus 2 over 3, and then write this finally in the form of ratio. So this is negative 2 is to 3, and therefore your required ratio is negative 2 over 3. And this is your answer. Hope I am very clear. Now here I will tell you the meaning of this minus sign, because this ratio when you calculate, sometimes this ratio will come positive and sometimes it can come negative. Clear? If this ratio comes positive, that means there is internal division. Clear? And if the sign comes negative, that means this is external division. That means this point which we have shown internal division, it was just an assumption, isn't it? Finally, after getting this answer, we could realize that this was our external division. That means this point C is out of this AB, so somewhere beyond B. Am I very clear? So we don't need to make any change in the diagram. This was just an assumption. So from this we understand that the division is external. So this is the ratio in which the line AB is divided by YZ plane. Clear? Thank you. Now we are moving on to question number 4. Please look at the board. Question number 4. What the question number 4 says? The 3 points A, B and C are collinear. Right? Now here the 3 points are already said to be collinear. 3 points are said to be collinear. Okay. Next part. The 3 points A, B and C are collinear. You already know the meaning of collinear. I told you in the previous video. Collinear means points lying on the same line. Points lying on the same line. So the question is, the 3 points A, B and C are collinear. Find in what ratio each point divides the segment joining the other 2 points. So once again here we have to find out the ratio. Okay. Now first of all I will go to the question, and then after that I will have some extra discussion on this question. So first of all, the 3 points are collinear. The 3 points are collinear. But it is not said that which point divides the join of the other 2. Am I clear? So randomly we can choose one. Okay. Let us say that let C divides the join of AB in the ratio 1 is to M, 1 is to K. So this is what we have assumed. I already told you that whenever we have to calculate the ratio, our assumption will be always 1:k, or sometimes you can assume this as k:1 also. The order does not matter, your answer will still come same. So let's see divides the join of AB in the ratio 1:k. Now let us draw the line. This is AB. This is A and this is B. A and this is B. Is it okay? So now A is, coordinate of A is 0, 0 and 0. Coordinate of B is 2, -3 and 3. Clear? And then C is somewhere here in between A and B, and the coordinate of C is -2, 3 and -3. This is point C. Is this very clear? So the situation is that the 3 points are collinear, right? 3 points are collinear, and one of the point is dividing the join of the other 2 points in some ratio. So find the ratio. Find the ratio. So we assume that the ratio is this, and then we also have assumed that C divides the join of AB, as you can see in the diagram. Is this clear? So C divides the join of AB in the ratio what? You have assumed 1:k, so this is 1 and this is k. Clear? Now we have to find the value of the ratio. In the ratio there is only one unknown quantity, right? Therefore we can use one of the formula from the 3, right? Out of three formula we can use one of them. You can here, because you have the values of x, y and z, all 3 you have, so you can use any one of the formula, x or y or z, any formula that you like you can use and calculate the value of k. So let us start. I am going to use the x formula. X formula, you know, it is x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. Now your x is how much? -2 is equal to, now mx2, that is 1 into 2, 1 into 2 plus k into 0, right? So k into 0 divided by the ratio 1 plus k, 1 plus k. Is it alright? And therefore when you simplify, we can cross multiply these two, right? So -2 will be multiplied by this both. So -2 into 1, -2, and -2 into k, -2k is equal to, on the right hand side, 1 into 2, 2, and this is k into 0, 0. Clear? Now you can simplify. This is a linear equation, very simple. 2k I can take to that side, so 2k will become positive when I take it to right hand side, and this 2 will come to this side, will become negative. So this is -2, this is this -2, and when this comes to this side, this also will become -2. So this is -4. Clear? Now from here, k is equal to -4 divided by 2 is equal to -2. So this is the value of your k. Clear? Now we are going to find the ratio by putting it in 1:k. Therefore, required ratio. Required ratio will be what? 1:k, and therefore 1:2. Clear? In the ratio, whether this is negative or this is negative, as a whole the ratio becomes negative, so we can write the negative sign in front. So this is -1:2. So this becomes your ratio. Now once again here, this ratio is coming negative. It indicates that this is the external division. Hope I am very clear. Thank you. In the question says find in what ratio each point, right? Each point. So here what we have done is we have calculated by assuming C dividing the join of A and B. So this is the one situation, right? Now next time we will redo this question. We will repeat this step process for two more time. One time we have already done, for two more time. Now in those two more time, what we will do is, next time we will keep this B inside in the middle, and we will assume that B divides the join of AC. Clear? And then you will calculate the value of ratio. So you will get another ratio. And then third time you will take this A to be in between B and C and find out the ratio. Clear? So the way we calculated the ratio by putting this C in middle, similarly you can calculate the ratio by putting A and B also one by one in middle. So you will get 3 ratios. So this is one answer, and then you will get 2 more ratios when you change the points, when you change the location. Is it alright? Now the last question for this session, question number 5. Question number 5. Look at the question. The 3 points, sorry, question number 5. Find the coordinate of the point. Find the coordinates of the point which trisects AB, given that A and B are so and so. So that means we have, first of all, 2 points A and B. We have A and B. Join it. Clear? And then this is point A and this is point B. Clear? Now the coordinate of A is 2, 1, -3. Clear? And the coordinate of B is 5, -8 and 3. Now we have to find the coordinate of point of trisect. Find the coordinate of point of trisect. Right? Similar question you have seen in class 11. Trisect means dividing the line into 3 equal parts. Dividing this line into 3 equal parts. So we need to have 2 points. If you can have 2 points, one is this, another is this. And this is, you can name it as C, and this you can name as D. Clear? So now this AB is divided by C and D in 3 equal parts. 3 equal parts. So the ratio is 1:1:1. Because when the ratios are equal, we write it as 1:1:1. Clear? Because their length will be same. Their length will be same. If this is 2 centimeter, then this is 2 centimeter, then this is also 2 centimeter. So if you try to write down the ratio, 2:2:2, so it will all cancel, no? And then finally you will get the answer as 1:1:1. So the join of AB is divided into 3 equal parts. Now the question is to find the coordinate of point of trisection. Those points which has divided the line into 3 equal parts. So these two are called as the point of trisection. So we have to find the coordinate of C and we have to find the coordinate of D. Is it well understood? So first of all, let us assume the coordinate for C. The coordinate for C, we will write this as x1, y1, z1. Clear? This is the coordinate of C. And then the coordinate of D is x2, y2 and z2. Clear? So one by one. First of all, we will only calculate the coordinate of C, and then after that we will calculate the coordinate of D. Am I very clear? My part, I will teach you how to calculate the coordinate of C, and D part will be your assignment. The way I will calculate C, you will calculate for D. Am I understood? So we are going to start. Now when you are calculating coordinate of C, we are going to calculate coordinate of C. Coordinates of C. We are going to calculate coordinate of C. If you write like this, then for the students, for you, and also for the teacher, it will be convenient to understand the question, right? So first of all, we are going to calculate the coordinate of C. Clear? Now, when you are calculating the coordinate of C, you are going to calculate the value of x1, y1 and z1. Clear? And that time we don't have to see this. This is of no use for us. Since you are only calculating the coordinate of C, that means you can calculate the value of x1, y1, z1 by using this coordinate and then this coordinate. Clear? And then the ratio. So how we will see the ratio? See the ratio now. When you are calculating the coordinate of C, the ratio will be, this is what, how much? 1. And from here till this end, what is the sum of these two ratios? 2. 1 plus 1, 2. Therefore, this point C is dividing the join of AB in the ratio 1:2. Is it alright? So we can calculate now. X1 is equal to X1, 1 is to 5. 1 is to 5 plus 2 is to 2. 2 is to 2 into 2 divided by ratio 1 plus 2. This is 5 plus 4 divided by 3. This is 9 over 3. Finally, this is 3. So the x value of your C is 3. Now y. Y1. Y1 is equal to. Now M Y2. 1 into minus 8. 1 into minus 8 plus 2 into y1, that is 1 divided by 1 plus 2. This is minus 5, this is minus 8 plus 2 divided by 3. This is minus 6 divided by 3 is equal to minus 2. So this is the y value of your C, minus 2. And then Z1. Z1 is equal to 1 into 3. 1 into 3 plus 2 into minus 3. 2 into minus 3 divided by 1 plus 2. This is 1 into 3, 3 minus 6 divided by 3. This is minus 6 over 3 is minus 3, because 3 minus 6 is minus 3 is equal to minus 1, and therefore this becomes the value of your Z coordinate. So we completed finding the coordinate for C. Am I very clear? Likewise, we will calculate the coordinate for D. Since I have a space, so I will try to solve as much as possible. Coordinate of C. Coordinate of C. Here again, we will calculate the value for X. X, this time X2. X2 is equal to, this time we are calculating, so this part ratio will become, the length of this part will become 2. So 2 into 5. 2 into 5 plus 1 into 2. 1 into 2 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 1. This is 5 to the 10 and plus 2. 10 plus 2 divided by 3 is equal to 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So this value is 4. X2 is 4. Now Y2. Y2. 2 into minus 8. 2 into minus 8 plus 1 into 1 divided by 1, 2 plus 1 is equal to minus 16 plus 1 divided by 3. This is minus 15 divided by 3 is equal to minus 5. So the Y2 is minus 5. Last one is Z2. Z2. This is now 2 into 3. 2 into 3 plus 1 into minus 3. 1 into minus 3 divided by 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is equal to 2 3s are 6 and then minus 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. 6 minus 3 is 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1, and this is 1. So I thought I will be able to calculate only C, but I could manage to complete the question. So I have calculated the coordinate for C and for D, both for you. Is this very clear? So with this, we are ending the session here itself. Please pause the video and write down all the solutions, and from question number 1 till question number 5, you have to practice at your own after watching the video. Clear? Thank you. Take care.